All right. So, quick question for my people in the chat, family, prestige family: is social media space enough for dating or not? Okay, so that's the wrong question. I mistyped. Let me type it properly. Is social media space, the keyword is safe? Okay, safe enough for dating or not? You can speak from experience if you want. Your opinions are perfectly fine. I want to know your thought process around this, right? Is the social media space safe enough for dating or not? I'm gonna drop my link for anybody who wants to come up and chop it up with me. Yeah, boy. I'm dropping the link in the chat. I'll also pin it to the top. It's the social media. You know me, I will finish it by myself. But if you have an opinion, I would love to hear it. I encourage you to come up and share your opinions about this whole issue. I've got more questions around checking partners' phone too. All right, so I'm gonna try to keep it around the same topics, so that we can build some kind of cohesiveness around our topics. Okay, is the social media safe? Social media space safe enough for dating or not? Why did this question come up? I was on Clubhouse earlier, and I was in a room. Actually, they were more so talking about Clubhouse. Okay, is Clubhouse space safe enough for dating or not? And quite a few young ladies, they they thought the Clubhouse in particular was a bad space and just a bunch of people on the internet looking. And one particular lady told her story, and she said she had ended up in rooms. They call them spec rooms or shoot your shot rooms and stuff like that, where those rooms are designed for hookups. Okay, um, those type of rooms have, I think, I don't think I've ever ended up in that type of room because first of all, they're labeled on the hallway, so I don't ever go in there in the first place. My brand says I'm married, so and I don't want anything to tamper with that. So I don't go in a room. I might go in a room where they say matchmaking, a room where I know the people that set up the room and they kind of value my opinion. Maybe they want to assess how people approach their members of the opposite gender or whatever they're interested in, right? So but she was sharing to with us today, and she said she met a young man who eventually she found out that the same talking point that the guy used to get her into a DM, in the DM, into a side conversation, and then the guy said, "I like you," and yes, sir, we should be seeing each other, and she agreed, right? That she was in a shoot your shot room, shoot your shot room, right? And and they were in that room, and somebody now asked her and said, "Hey, I think I'm paraphrasing a little bit, right? Um, have you met anybody on this app?" And and then she was like, "Yes," and then a bunch of people started laughing at her, and then she didn't know, she was confused. She was like wondering why are they laughing, like, and then a bunch of girls started unmuting their mics to tell her that we know exactly who you're talking about, right? Okay, I remember a little bit now that she said, um, you've they asked her if you've met anybody on this app. Are you in a relationship or anything like that? She was like, "Well, I'm not married." She said, "I'm not married, but I am seeing someone. I'm talking to someone on this app." And they just started laughing at her, right? So when they were laughing at her, she felt some type of way and stuff like that. And a bunch of girls started unmuting their mic and say, "Yeah, he was talking to us too. He said this, he said that, he said that. We basically know everything about you." So because of this experience, she feels that Clubhouse is a terrible space to meet anybody. Okay. So what did we get out of that story? Okay. First thing first, she's speaking from experience. All right, she's speaking from experience. Majority of people at any point in time on any of these platforms, there's more people in the chats in the audience than there are people on the stage or in the panels. Okay. There are people just listening. Some of them are bad people, some of them are good people, some of them are trolling, some of them they mean to they don't mean, they're not serious, right? And so because of that, let's do the math properly, right? Because of that, right, social media and Clubhouse is a terrible space to meet people. Let's do the math properly. Adebusola said, hell no. The irony is that social media is such an anti-social platform. If you get too immersed, it's crazy. I agree 100%. Guess what's also true about real life? On the streets, where people catcall. Back in the days, I don't know if people still catcall these days. I think they do, depending if you're in high school or something, right? But people in society in general, they're crazy, right? Can you tell me something else that's different about social media, right? Outside of the fact that information moves at light speed, outside of the fact that everyone can become a keyboard gangster, like it multiplies, right? Social media does not create; it multiplies, right? Oh, it creates. Sorry, it creates extra attention, I guess, right? So semantics, right? But you get the gist. The gist is that social media literally does not exist without people, right? The social aspect of things, right? Now, the way you socialize on internet has to adjust for the nature of the beast, the machine, right? It has to adjust for that. So, exactly what she was saying. Like, these people are crazy. How did she know that these people are they're crazy? Because she's had 2 or 3 different experiences that seem like the same thing. How did this guy say a liar? So eventually, she questioned the guy. She said, "Hey, some people told me this, that this person said you talked to them." And okay, first of all, let's keep in mind that she had never, based on what she said, she had never met this person in real life, but somehow she has exclusive relationship with them. It's possible. It's 2023, right? But somehow she has some kind of exclusive relationship with this person on an audio app. Audio app. Oh, I said audio. You know what audio means, right?
I'm whining you.
Audio app, on an audio app, right? Somehow she has an exclusive relationship, right? Now, if she said it's a long distance, so yes, we're trying to cook something. I understand, right? But she didn't really make mention of anything like that. But she kept saying, like, it's just bad. There's another lady that was supporting the emotion. Like, no, these people that will come on stage, they're disrespectful. They're like, I get it. All right. So now let me warn you, okay? If you're open, if you're looking to meet a life partner, my preference is you meet a person through family, friends, someone you know personally, you can vouch for them, right? But like Adebusola said, I don't think it's a platform that are antisocial. I think people are antisocial these days. I think people are generally more socially awkward than it's ever been before. Yes, you have the freedom to blame it on social media, but it's just a reality, right? So I think people are antisocial, right? So because of that, they can't even tell an auntie, I know you keep asking me, listen, if you know anybody, a good guy, I'm open to meeting them. They can't, a 37-year-old woman cannot say something like that, right? They can't approach auntie and say, auntie, I'm open. You got a nice looking man or something like that, right? They can't. Why? Social awkwardness. Exactly, Adebusola. That is what is going on. Instead of the only thing they tend to do is take an offense to that. Okay, what the majority of the conversation here is how terrible these aunties are. These aunties that don't know how to mind their own business, right? That they're always asking you, when are you going to marry? Is everybody supposed to be married? Forgetting that, first of all, we're talking to people that want to be married. That's number one. Okay. So everyone is antisocial. That's part of our issues, right? So Part of your social skills is to understand that it's 2023 and yes, it's social media and there are people hanging out on those platforms. Some of them are going to be somebody's good husband, somebody's good wife, one day, someday. But how is that going to happen if you shut down the idea in the first place? Right? Listen, you have legit reasons to shut it down.
Different.
You have a legitimate reason to shut it down. I'm not even judging you. Okay. Maybe you've been what's the word? Catfished, right? Catfish is real. But people think catfish is like it's easy to see that somebody's presenting something else on social media, but in real life they're different. People have always catfished. They present something else at the first date, but they are completely deadbeat. After the second date, you start to realize this is real life. It's a marketplace, right? You will be using your own discernment spirit. Hopefully, it's sharp like a razor. The radars, you can pick up BS, right? If it's not sharp, you keep working on yourself. It's an ongoing thing, right? There's no destination. It's stuff you're supposed to do for the rest of your life. Keep working on yourself. Feed your soul, feed your spirit with self-love, self-respect, self-esteem driven material. Being able to be okay with God has blessed me wherever I'm at right now, right? And then you're also in that, you're able to comprehend that in the same space as, of course, I'm open to a good wife, right? Because he who finds a good wife, or he who finds a wife, right? That, right? So social media is a medium, okay? It's a media form, right? Because people meet there. Informations are moving faster. Yes, you can get finessed a lot more faster. Okay? But being finessed did not start on the internet. No, it didn't. That's what it sounds like when people push against it, right? I still prefer, like I said, that you talk to aunties, can hook you up with somebody that you know in your circle of influence, your friends, your network, your job. Go to the events, the live events that's happening in Vegas around your professional. Go. Pay $200, $300, pay for the ticket. Go. That's how you meet people, right? Engage, right? I still prefer in person. Why? Because we're social beings. Absolutely correctly spoken, we are social beings. However, it's the social media age. You're going to meet more people on the internet, and how you conduct yourself will determine if you find something of quality or not. Wait. Are you saying there are no bad people? I'm saying, let me repeat myself. How you conduct yourself will determine if bad people are able to hang around you long enough to get ejected or not. And you need to be okay with that. There's no other way around it. Shout out to Adebusola. Gracious gonna say your preference. Add more to say your advice. Your strong suggestion would be to meet someone via a family member. Yes, my preference. Yes, I personally prefer that because it's just the forces work better in your favor. And also, somebody's literally just like word of mouth in real life business is a better quality of marketing, right? It doesn't mean you depend on word of mouth, but it's a better quality. Ultimately, it doesn't mean you can't extract quality outside of learning how to do social media marketing or mass marketing. It's just that you have to put in extra work in extracting the quality out of it, right? Out of quantity. But with personal friends, family, friends, events where like you meet, it's a lot less quantity of people you have to run through before you can find quality, right? So the ideal is to, just explore it all, just engage, not to be desperately looking for a partner all over the place, but the things you would do in normal life, right? But with some skills around it, and stop being so defensive when an auntie say, when are we going to eat jollof rice? It's not really a shot against you. It's not. And I understand it can be difficult. It can be frustrating. Like sometimes they almost want to be slapped. I can see that. So I just want you to be guided about that. If you're a man or woman of certain age, you feel like you're ready for marriage, you need to be open to the idea of social media. Yes, Clubhouse too. That includes how you conduct. Obviously, how you conduct yourself is all you can control, right? But also engage the people you would normally engage on a normal day at events. A party is going on, go. As long as they don't say it's plus one, just go. Engage, be social, get out there and meet people, right? But don't shut your mind down on anything. Basically, be open-minded. Okay, open-minded doesn't mean you have to do it. Just be open-minded. Maybe there's something that you can learn, right? Shout out to brother Patrick. Good to see you, brother Patrick. I'll be right back.